So you did it. You landed the job. That offer letter is signed and your first real paycheck is about to hit your account. That's a huge deal. But right along with that new income comes this powerful unspoken pressure. So today we're going to dismantle that pressure and give you a whole new way of thinking about what your money is really for. Let's just get right into it. Before you even start scrolling for a new car or a fancier apartment, I want you to stop and ask yourself this. What's it going to be? Are you going to use that money to buy a bunch of stuff to impress people you probably don't even like? Or is it a tool to start building a life you'll actually love living? Because right on cue, society is going to hand you a script for how to spend your new wealth. It's a playbook. And you know what? I call it the status trap. Its only goal is to get you to trade your hard-earned money for the very temporary feeling of fitting in. So what's first on the list? You guessed it, the car. All of a sudden, just getting from A to B isn't good enough. Now it's all about the badge on the hood, right? That shiny, expensive piece of metal that's supposed to scream to the world, hey, look at me, I've made it. And next up, your address. The pressure starts to build for that perfect zip code, that high-rise with a killer view, the loft that looks just perfect for your social media feed. It's all about performing success. And you know, it gets even crazier. It comes down to the smallest things. That designer watch, those specific sneakers, every single purchase is sold to us as a necessary piece of the successful person costume. But what if that whole costume is just a distraction from what really matters? Okay, I want you to stick with me here because we're about to dive into a pretty radical idea. It's a total reset. See, the foundation for escaping that status trap is understanding one simple, almost brutal truth about the money you're working so hard for. This right here, this quote, is the absolute heart of it all. Just let that sink in for a second. We spend our lives chasing these numbers, but on their own, they're completely and totally worthless. To really get this, we have to talk about something called intrinsic value. It sounds kind of academic, but it's really simple. It's just the built-in worth of a thing. You know, a forest has intrinsic value. A real friendship has intrinsic value. They're valuable just because they exist. So what's the intrinsic value of money? Yep, a big, round zero. By itself, it can't do anything. It's nothing. Its only power comes from what you decide to trade it for. So think of it like a voucher. The only question that matters is, what are you cashing that voucher in for? And that is the choice, right there. It lays it out perfectly. Every single person with an income has to make this choice. You can either use those vouchers to buy stuff from society's pre-approved catalog, or you can use them to build a life that is 100% authentically yours. Let's really break this down. On one side, you've got the hamster wheel, right? You're trading your precious life energy for stuff, for status symbols. But on the other side, it's something totally different. It's investing that same energy into things that actually feed your soul, experiences, learning new things, genuine peace of mind. And the trade-offs here are absolutely staggering. I mean, check this out. On this chart, we've got the 5-year cost of a typical new luxury car. Now look at that other bar. For that exact same money, you could build a library of books that could change your entire view of the world. Or if you love nature, you could fund a dozen trips to breathtaking national parks. It's not about saving money, it's about spending it on what actually makes you feel alive. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we move from this idea to taking real action? How do we start spending money in a way that funds the person we truly want to be, not the one we're told we should be? This is everything. This is the key. Think about it this way. Your bank statement, it should be a mirror reflecting your actual identity. Spending isn't just a chore. It's the ultimate act of self-definition. It's you telling the world, this is who I am. This is what I value. So how do we get there? Well, it breaks down into a really simple 3-step blueprint. First step, define your values. And I don't mean just guess. I mean literally write down what makes you feel alive. Is it learning? Being in nature? Creating something? Get super specific. Second, you have to actively ignore the noise. That means consciously tuning out the ads, unfollowing those look at all my stuff accounts, and just shutting down those outside expectations. This is a deliberate choice you have to make. And third, and this is the big one, align your budget. This isn't about pinching pennies. It's about being ruthless. Cut out everything that doesn't line up with step 1 so you can aggressively fund everything that does. So let's bring this all home. This isn't just a list of feel-good financial tips, okay? I want you to think of this as a mandate. It's a challenge to you to take back control of the story of your own life And it all starts with your next dollar.
It all boils down to this one simple and kind of terrifying question. If you stripped away the job title, the car, the zip code, who are you really at your absolute core? What makes you come alive? You and only you can answer that.
And once you have that answer, your job is simple. Prove it.